Today, we're going to learn about Lam Research. They don't design AI software and they don't sell chips directly to you. What they do is much more complex. They build the super high-tech machines that make it physically possible to create these chips. Let's open up the black box of Lam Research and understand exactly how they became the essential engine for the global AI infrastructure. What exactly does Lam Research do? To understand what Lam Research does, we need to step into the world of semiconductor wafer manufacturing, those silicon disks where chips are carved out. Lam is a clear leader in two crucial steps of this process: etch and deposition. Let's use a simple analogy. Imagine that making a computer chip is like building a microscopic skyscraper, where the floors are electronic circuits. Deposition. This is the act of putting layers of conductive or insulating materials onto the silicon. It's like putting up the walls and floors of our microscopic building. Lam holds the second largest global share in this market, about 20%, right behind Applied Materials. Etching. This is Lam Research's big specialty, where they control over a third of the global market. Etching means removing extra material with atomic precision to carve out the paths where electricity will flow. It's like creating the doors, windows, and wiring channels of the building. To give you an idea of the incredible precision Lam delivers, their etching machines can create holes in 3D NAND memory chips that are 1,000th the thickness of a human hair. And on a single silicon wafer, the machine carves out over 1 trillion of these holes. A single semiconductor factory produces more than 1 million of these disks every month. This is engineering at the very edge of physics, historical focus, and the leap to AI. Historically, Lam Research relied heavily on memory chip makers like DRAM and NAND. In fact, they are the standard supplier that enables most of the world's 3D and NAND chips. But the artificial intelligence revolution changed the game. Generative AI needs massive infrastructures and two key components: ultra-advanced logic chips and high-bandwidth memories, called HBM, high-bandwidth memory. Lam Research has greatly expanded its work into the market for logic chips, processors and AI accelerators, and new transistor designs, like gate-all-around transistors and advanced packaging. This means that whether it's for storing data at high speed or processing complex neural networks, Lam's technology is inside. The wide competitive advantage. Why doesn't any other company just copy Lam? The secret lies in what the financial market calls a wide competitive advantage, supported by intangible assets and high switching costs. First, the investment needed to compete at this level is huge. Lam invests about $2 billion annually just in research and development, R&D. This creates a barrier to entry that's almost impossible for new competitors to overcome. Second, Lam's service engineers work directly inside customer factories, like TSMC, Samsung, and Micron. They help calibrate the machines from the testing phase all the way to mass production. One of these machines can easily cost over $1 million. If a chip manufacturer decided to switch from Lam to another brand, they would have to redesign their entire workflow, train teams from scratch, and risk the efficiency of multi-billion-dollar production lines. The cost of switching is just too high. This gives Lam long-term contracts and project plans that can last up to 10 years. Bulls versus bears, risks and outlook. As an investor or tech enthusiast, what do you need to consider about the company's future? Let's look at the bull and bear arguments. The bull case, optimists. Lam is the undisputed leader in critical processes, etching, has very healthy gross margins around 45%, and directly benefits from long-term trends like 3D chips and AI. Plus, they generate a lot of cash. The bear case, risks. Lam operates in an industry known for being very cyclical. There are times of high demand and times of oversupply in the semiconductor market. Also, they are smaller than their biggest rival, Applied Materials, and face a high concentration of customers, depending on just a few global giants. We can't forget the geopolitical risk. Tensions between the United States and China have led to strict export restrictions on advanced semiconductor equipment to the Chinese market. While analysts say that much of this impact has already been absorbed and priced in by the market, with Lam making up for demand in other regions. Any increase in these sanctions remains a point of concern. Financial health and capital allocation. Despite the industry risks, Lam Research's financial structure is considered excellent. In recent data, the company had a net cash position of $6.4 billion, against a debt of $4.5 billion, with more than half of that debt not due until 2030 or later. In recent years, the average annual free cash flow has exceeded $4 billion, and with increased production volume, it's projected to go over $5 billion. What's most interesting for shareholders? The company is committed to returning at least 75% of this free cash flow directly to investors through dividends and share buybacks, a goal they historically tend to exceed. Conclusion. In the end, Lam Research shows us that the artificial intelligence gold rush isn't just about who develops the smartest software or designs the fastest chips. It's won, above all, by those who provide the fundamental tools to build the infrastructure of tomorrow. Without Lam's atomic etching and deposition, AI simply wouldn't have anywhere to run. Did you enjoy learning about what goes on behind the scenes in the semiconductor world? Then don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and comment below. Did you already know how important Lam Research is in the tech market? Happy investing, and see you next time.